So it's important to understand that your role as a data manager in this program is really important and critical to the success of the teachers and administrators that are going to be working alongside. We know that there are many different situations and arrangements ranging from the experiences data manager all the way to the person who was maybe just told last week that they're going to be the data manager for this project. And so what we'd like to do is to help set some context for your work, if you will. And so for this specific program, and we're talking about the KRAR and the Early Learning Assessment, ELA, a data manager is defined as the individual that has access to teacher and student demographic information in the KReady system for the assessments KRA and ELA. Data managers are responsible for adding and managing teacher, student, and enrollment data in the system, as well as reporting teacher collected student scores and ratings to ODE for this assessment. So it's really important that you understand that that's your role, that's what you do as a data manager, again, specific to this program. So now we're going to take a look at each one of these areas a little bit and just talk a little bit about what you do there. So when we talk about adding data, this is going to involve using the templates or manually loading data that's specific to teachers and building administrators, and we call those folks users in the system. And you're going to load these users as well as students in the KReady system. Each role in the system comes with specific access and purpose. So data managers have different levels of access, teachers have different levels of access, building administrators are going to have different levels of access in the system. And so for this instance, data managers will have the ability to load and change information, while building administrators can really only view the data that's been added. Both building administrators and data managers can download reports for analysis and data-driven decision-making. Teachers have the ability to enter and update student scores during the assessment window, as well as view reports. So they can download reports as well. They can view reports in the system, but only those reports that are specific to the students that are assigned to them via the enrollments and the data collection that's in the system. So that's kind of a slightly different. Data managers can view student data for all students in that particular district or organization, whereas teachers can only view data that's specific to the students that are assigned to them. When we talk about managing now, this is going to involve making any necessary changes to the information that has been loaded to the KReady system, such as updating teacher names or emails. If a teacher gets married over the summer or there's a name change, that's something that you as a data manager would do. Adding or removing users, the teacher or administrator transfers or leaves the district, approving student transfers, and setting the point of authority. And that's going to determine the location that's going to be responsible for submitting the final student scores to the Ohio Department of Education. Data managers are also charged with monitoring student scoring data that's submitted by teachers to ensure that the data is complete and that it's submitted in a timely fashion. So that's going to be a very important part of what you do as a data manager. And again, that's tied up in the name, right? You're going to be managing the data that's being submitted during the assessment windows. When it comes to reporting, this is the area that will include downloading reports, ensuring accuracy and completeness of the student ratings and scores, and proper justification or documentation where that's required for their rating, for those ratings. This also entails cleaning up the data prior to submission to the Ohio Department of Education. Data managers should have regular communication with location or building administrators and possibly teachers to ensure that all necessary information, the scores and the data, have been obtained for a smooth upload to your SIS and transmission to EMIS or EAS, depending upon which reporting system you use. We know that that's a lot, but again, it's important for you to understand that that's your role as a data manager. So for all those new data managers, we again wanted to just kind of paint a picture or provide a context for you. So now we'll talk a little bit about access and how you gain access to the system. You must first be identified and verified as an assessment data manager, and this is specific to preschool and kindergarten. And to understand how to get to that verification, you should visit the OEDS page on the Ohio Department of Education site for more information regarding this and how you can be added as a data manager for your location. Once you are set up as a data manager in OEDS, your information is then provided to the software developer, and then an account is created for you. You will then receive an email that once this account is ready. And once you receive that, it's important that you check and that you watch for that email because it's active. That password will expire after 24 hours. So we want you to be sure that you check for it. You might also need to check your spam folder in case the message is received in your spam or junk mail folder. Again, want to check to make sure that you get that within 24 hours. You can also contact the help desk for assistance with this if there's a problem.